Let's talk to Anna Leach, the Chief Economist at the business group, the Institute of Directors. Anna, good to see you. What's holding the UK economy back?
Well, I mean, you can see from October's data published this morning that there's a big challenge for the UK economy. I mean, there's a lot of layers to that answer, really. In recent months, a big drag on the economy has been the degree of uncertainty that was building ahead of the budget. We had several months of declining business confidence, which we recorded in our monthly confidence measure. And like the economy, which, as has been mentioned, is sort of showing sort of consecutive weak growth readings not seen since the onset of the pandemic, our confidence reader is the lowest now since April 2020. So that's a big response to the degree of uncertainty. And of course, now we have the impact of the budget as well. And we've heard some indications of how businesses are responding to that. And we've heard a great deal of insight from our members on that as well, with many of them doing many things to try and contain a very substantial increase in costs, from curtailing recruitment to looking at reducing the wage settlements that they're putting through next year, looking at ways that they can push up prices, looking at taking down their investment plans or cancelling them entirely next year. So it's having a very big impact, and that, of course, that impact on employment growth and investment in the private sector in the UK over the next year is going to hit growth. Of course, there is a compensation, really, from the fact that the government is embarking on a big spending splurge for the next couple of years at least, and that is expected to lift growth, but only for a couple of years, and then because of crowding out effects, you get a return to weaker growth. So there is a fairly challenging economic situation persisting. The government is trying to address a rather more long-standing challenge for the UK economy, though, which is investment. The UK has a lower capital stock than many comparable developed economies. It has a lower level of investment as well. And the level of investment and capital in the economy is fundamental for productivity and living standards. And this is the big challenge for the UK now, if the Prime Minister is going to get to that longer target of getting the UK growing at the fastest pace of the G7.
Anna, in a previous life, I know you worked at the heart of UK government. You worked in the Department for Work and Pensions, and you worked in the Treasury. What do you think is going on in UK government when they see these two sets of figures? Do you think, OK, we need to change course, it's not going according to plan, or do they stick it out?
Well, you can hear their perspective in how they respond to the challenges regarding to the extent of the tax burden increase on business. There's a degree to which they are staying the course and going, look, there was a big hole to fill. They say it's, £22 billion. The OBR said it's £10 billion, but, you increase pay settlements, so that makes it 22. And, they say they had no choice, but we're not going to do anything of this scale again. And there's a degree to which that is true. It is unfortunate that they have chosen some of the tax changes that they've made because they're actually quite economically damaging and make the overarching job more difficult. A big opportunity for the government to sort of pivot is in their messaging, because this was a big feature around the budget, was the messaging ahead of the budget and around it was confusing, nerve-wracking, and then quite insensitive to businesses. So there's an opportunity there to actually speak a bit more kindly to the business community, a bit more sympathetically, perhaps look at alleviating some of the more damaging tax changes on the table, which aren't necessarily going to raise a lot of money, but are going to be quite punitive for sections of the community.
Anna, thank you very much indeed. We have to leave it there, but time's against us. Good to get your view, and thanks for your time. Anna Leach, the Chief Economist at the business group, the Institute of Directors.